All right, welcome back, everyone. This is your essential weekly briefing on where the smart money is going in European basketball. If you're looking to get a leg up this week, you've definitely come to the right place, because we've already done all the digging for you.
Now, before we get into the picks, just a quick shout out to our sponsors, MyStake and Vivada. They help make all this happen. We've got some pretty sweet exclusive bonus links for you down in the description, so make sure you go check those out.
So, you're on the hunt for the absolute best betting tips for this week, right? Well, let's stop talking and get right into the analysis and find some winners. Okay, first things first. Let's dive into the handicap bets. This is really where you can find some fantastic value if you dig into team form and some of these unique game situations.
First up, we've got Turk Telekom hosting Chemnitz. And this one is fascinating, You've got a home team that's desperate for a win going up against a club that just can't seem to buy a victory on the road.
So here's the key. Chemnitz, they've lost 5 straight on the road, and let me tell you, they haven't been close games. On the flip side, Turk Telekom is dying to end their own losing streak at home. And they've got this strong interior defense, which is the perfect weapon to shut down Chemnitz's main offensive threat, their post-up game. It just sets up perfectly for a big home team performance, so we're absolutely backing Turk Telekom to cover the spread.
Next up, we're heading over to Venezia versus Hapoel Jerusalem. This game, it's all about 2 things, motivation and home court advantage. It really comes down to who wants it more and who can deliver when the pressure's on.
And look, Venezia has such a clear edge here. They are notoriously tough to beat in their own gym, and they've got the offensive firepower to go toe-to-toe with just about anyone. Hapoel, on the other hand, seems to be in a bit of a slump, and, they might not be 100% dialed in for this particular game. That's exactly why we see the home side keeping this one really tight, maybe even pulling off the outright upset.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about total points lines. We've pinpointed a couple of matchups here that could go one of 2 ways, either a total offensive shootout or a gritty defensive battle. And for anyone new to this, it's pretty simple. Are we betting that the 2 teams are going to score more points combined than the line the bookies set? Or are they going to score fewer? Let's see what the trends are telling us.
Our first points total bet comes from this game between Le Mans and Galatasaray. And this one features 2 teams that have, believe me, absolutely found their offensive groove lately.
I mean, Le Mans is just playing with so much confidence on offense right now. At the same time, Galatasaray has been completely transformed by their new coach. They're playing way faster with a ton more energy. So when you get 2 offenses clicking like this, you just have to expect a ton of points. We're all over the over here.
Now for something completely different. In this Trieste versus Gran Canaria game, the big story for one of these teams has been a consistent, season-long struggle just to put points on the board.
You just have to look at the trend here. Gran Canaria has been really struggling on offense all season long. They're often held under 80, sometimes they don't even break 70 points. And honestly, Trieste isn't exactly a high-powered offense themselves. Every single sign is pointing to a low-scoring, grinded-out defensive game, which makes the under the really obvious play.
All right, we've broken down the lines, we've looked at the totals, but we've saved our single strongest, most confident pick for last. This is our lock of the week.
And our top pick of the week is coming from this Frankfurt versus Trier game. This is a classic textbook rest versus fatigue matchup, and we are absolutely going to take advantage of it.
The logic here is just so simple and so powerful. Like the slide says, this is going to be Trier's 3rd game in just 9 days. That is an absolutely grueling schedule for any team, let alone a team with several older veteran players. You can almost guarantee fatigue is going to be a huge factor here.
So it all boils down to this. Frankfurt is fresh, they're prepared. Trier is basically running on fumes. That's why we're so confident backing Frankfurt to cover what is a very, very small handicap.
Okay, let's wrap this all up with a quick rapid-fire summary of all the picks we've analyzed today.
Okay, let's run through all of our plays for the week. We're on Turk Telekom to cover against Chemnitz. We like Venetia to keep it close at home against Hapoel. We're betting the over in that Le Mans versus Galatasaray shootout and the under in the Trieste versus Gran Canaria defensive grind. And of course, our lock of the week, a rested Frankfurt covering against a fatigued Trier. For the rest of the board, we're also on Benfica, Hapoel Tel Aviv, Ostend, Paris, and Bonn, all to cover their respective spreads.
And there you have it. That's our full breakdown for this week's biggest games. We've crunched the numbers, we've analyzed the matchups, and we've given you our absolute best picks.
Hey, if you found this breakdown valuable, do us a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll never miss out on our weekly analysis.
And one last time, a huge thank you to our sponsors, MyStake and Vivada. Remember to find those exclusive bonus links right down there in the description. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.